that works so well. If anybody's in the other room, we'll just go grab them. So do you want to go ahead?
Thank you all so much for coming out this evening. I see we have a lot of current CoLab supporters and a lot of new friends. Thank you. My name is Dan Swern. I'm the chair of the board of directors for Collaborative Arts. I'm also a New Brunswick resident and live and work right across the street at George Street Playhouse. What you see here today is about 3 years worth of work finally making the next step. So I'd like to just give everyone a round of applause involved with the company for putting their real heart and mind into this. I want to thank Andrew Saunders, a staff member for Collaborative Arts, part of our leadership, and his band 100% Cotton for providing this great music tonight. Let's give them an applause. I walked into this space today, and I wasn't around. I think I told a couple of people how I felt about this. I wasn't around last night for the art hanging because I was working across the street at the opening for George Street Playhouse, and I walked in and saw everything up and just stopped in my tracks. I had this tremendous feeling of emotion and pride just completely wash over me. It was not something that I anticipated. I'm not one to get that emotional. Don't say anything.
Anything.
What's that? No. But Alana Taglia, our curator, did a great job of telling it. Marie Nyquist is one of our artists, so she'll talk about her work when if you go find her, and she'll show you which one's hers. Hitoki, I'd like to thank for providing the food for this evening. It was a very lovely gift of theirs. And if you like what you ate, please go and eat there and spend money. That's how we try and keep the ball rolling in this now. I'd like to thank our board of directors, without whom, I'd like to thank our board of directors because without their support and our monthly meetings at Johnson & Johnson, pizza provided by the company, thank you, Peggy Aronson, our president of the board. We really couldn't have made this next leap possible. Point Church and here in New Brunswick, our lovely neighbors who we're sharing the space with. They've been great friends and great fans, and I think we're really going to keep this relationship going. And then our wonderful leadership, Andrew Saunders, Jack Leary, there you are, Pandora Scooter, Suzanne Lee, Jessica Littman, there you are. Am I forgetting anyone?
You.
And me, and tomorrow night, if you guys are around, or tomorrow during the day, and you just want to be present for some really cool art, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. we're going to be doing mural painting all along the 2nd to 3rd floor staircase. You know, it's dark white out there. It's going to look amazing. And if you want to contribute anything to it, you're more than welcome to join us. And then tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m., we're doing our very first staged reading in this space. We have a program called The Orphanage, which is a monthly reading series of new plays trying to really form the theater arts community in New Brunswick. And that's being produced in association with Jeremy Carrigan over here. He's bringing this great playwright, this great play called The Leak to us out of New York. And we really hope to foster that play and give it life. So please come to that. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce our producing director, Pandora Scooter.
Good evening. Oh no, that sucked.
Yo!
Good evening.
Good
evening. That was better. Thank you so much. My name is Pandora Scooter. I'm the producing director here for CoLab. And all that means is that I'm the person who bugs everybody to make sure that they get done everything that they say they're going to get done. So I don't really have any special status except for I have a lot of minutes on my cell phone. And so I can call everyone a lot and make sure that they do everything that they say they're going to do. I just wanted to take a moment to talk to you about the kind of heart of what we do here and the pulse of what we're about. The best way that I can approach it is to talk about art. I had a conversation this morning with a couple of friends of mine. We were gathered around breakfast, and I said, okay, so here's a light question. What is art? And everyone kind of got very silent, very sober. Nobody said anything. And everybody, somebody Wikipedia'd it, you know, and said art is something that is constructed that makes, for the purpose of making someone experience something or not. So, and so, you know, so we were trying to figure out what is art, and one of the things that is really inspiring to me is that we don't define it. We don't know how to define it necessarily. And one of the things that CoLab is so dedicated to is supporting artists of all types, no matter what their medium and no matter what their aesthetic. And it's something that makes me very attracted to this organization, and why I came on board 2 years ago is because I believe so much in supporting artists who are doing what they are doing because they feel that they need to do it, and because they are inspired by a vision that they have. I may not understand it, you know, but I don't have to understand it. I just want to make a space so that they can express themselves, and maybe it'll speak to you, and maybe it'll speak to you, and it'll move you to do something with your life that then will change someone else. And that is what's important, and that's what we're doing here in creating space for artists to self-express. And then in that way, making a community here in New Brunswick of artists who then are enhancing the community, the New Brunswick community itself, right? And so then we're all connected, all of us. And there is a gap right now in the community, the artist community, because we have the student artists and then we have the established artists, but we don't have the in-between artists, the ones that are coming out of school trying to figure out what to do until they make it to being semi-professional or professional. And so one of the things that CoLab is doing is making space for those artists and saying, hey, you know, yeah, you're out of school, and yeah, you're going to, you know, at some point make the jump to New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, DC, LA, but before then, you know, you might want to keep trying yourself out where your roots are, here at Rutgers, where you've stayed for 4 years, and, you know, and find a way to express yourself and get a new audience and grow. And so we are dedicated to making that space for these emerging artists. And a sage I read once said, I believe, or wrote, that art is breath. And that when we experience art, we breathe. And breath is essential for life, and inspire means to take in breath. And so what we are doing here is we are helping everyone in our community, the close community and the greater community, to breathe. And that's what we need more of in this time, especially with everything that's going on. So I thank each of you for being here to support CoLab and to join this family, and also to help not only yourselves, but each of us here, and then the greater community who will be enjoying what we do, to breathe. So thank you very much.